Alright guys, welcome back. Just got the box in. This is the 4U server rack style box for the GPUs to be fitted in. Let's go ahead and unbox it. Give you guys a review of what I think about it, what it looks like, the guts of it, how the GPUs go in, where the motherboard goes, where all the fans are. And let me know what you guys think. Alright, so let's open up the top, take a look what's inside. There's 2 screws on either side, one here, one in the back there. They're stupid small, so be careful when you open this up, don't lose the screws. Alright, now that you've removed all the screws, you lift the back up and you pull backwards. Let's take a look at what's inside. First off, this box came with a set of keys. So you can lock it and unlock it. When you unlock it, the main purpose of unlocking it is you can open this up and there's a mesh foam in the back here that traps all the dust. So you make sure that the air that goes into your rig is dust free, so you don't mess up the cords. Let's take a look on the inside. You got 3 fans in the front. You also have the switchboard power on with the 2 USBs and the restart button in the front, with the wires to go into the motherboard. All 3 fans are Molex connectors. Very straightforward. This is where the top of your graphic card sits. That's the bottom support. Straightforward. Now, if you do have to adjust it, this is what I like about this design. You can move it however you like. So, just take it out from the back. There's screws there. Move it. It will fit you all of your GPUs. I've done it, as you've seen in another video, with the larger 3-fan 1080 Ti Asus cards. So, moving on. Middle section here, this is what goes behind the GPUs. There's 5 more fans. All the fans are connected to the main board here. As you can tell, you have one extra. If you want to change it up, you want to put different fans in, or you want to connect something else to it, you can do it because you have the extra plug. You stick a Molex connector in there from the power supply and it turns on with the computer. Same thing for the back. Very simple. 2 more fans, also Molex. Now, this is your caddy for the hard drive. So you could use it or you could take it out. Depending on your power supply, you might want to put another one over there. So I actually received a power supply that was faulty, as you can tell in the previous video. So I was forced to stick another one in there, and I sort of MacGyvered it, so to speak. I took these out and took out the 2 bars that go down, these 2. I stuck another power supply on top, and it's working fine. Now, this is where your motherboard sits, and this is where the original power supply sits. So if you're doing Ethereum, you can get away with just the 1 power supply. If you're doing basically, well, what I mean is the AMD cards, you can get away with a 1 power supply. If you're doing with the NVIDIA cards, they do draw more power. You're gonna need a larger power supply. So unless you do the proper wall hookup to it, so the 220 wall hookup, you should be good. If you don't, then you need the 2 separate power supplies. Now, this also comes with a box. The box contains little risers the lock risers right here that go into there to install the motherboard onto. Let me just open these up. Plus, they already know that people will lose screws because they're so tiny, ridiculously tiny. So they give you extras. So those little things right here, those ones, they are the ones you screw into here, into all these holes here, depending on your motherboard, and then you put the motherboard on top and you mount it. What do I think about this design? Well, I have it running here. I did upgrade the fans. And one more thing that I did here, as you can tell, they're sucking in the air. So it didn't make sense to me, but if you look closely, you can tell that these fans are set up to bring air in that way, including these and those. So to me personally, it did not make sense to bring the air without a filter into the rig just so it goes at the filter at the end. Does not make sense. So what I did is, I actually wanted to upgrade my fans, which I did that, but regardless whether you upgrade your fans or not, if you want to use the stock fans, it's fine. I flipped them around so the air is coming in through the mesh filter out the back. That made more sense to me that way. Now, these fans are not loud, they're not very powerful, so it all depends on your setup. All depends on what kind of cards you're running, all depends on your room temperature and how you're cooling your room down. So, as of now, I'm still migrating all the rigs, so I didn't set it up ideally as I wanted to, but long story short, there's my one rig that I took from the top, as you saw in the previous video. Took it from the top, put it here, and there's hot air coming out of the back. That's just something I was testing. I gotta take that out. So there's the first power supply I was talking about, the original one, and then the second one, I just stuck it on top in there, and that's it. It's working fine. That's just an extra wire. I was testing something out, completely useless. And then I have a fan. I got commercial, smallest commercial size fan I could find, sucking out the air to the outside. And there you have it. So this will be another rig that will go from there to here. And I'm going to continue waiting for the other boxes to arrive to fill up the whole rack. Now it's a 42 unit rack, so I spaced it out and I got enough space for 5 of these. And if you're doing 6 cards, per setup. 6 times 5 is 30. You can fit 30 cards in here. And it'll take up a lot less room than all that does. Let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions you might have, any questions, go ahead and ask me.